Hello everyone, it's day 4 of the plant-based diet moon mission, and the experience continues to be completely easy. It's not causing any problems whatsoever, but it is causing some thinking. And again, this is the point. I've said this before, that this isn't about doing a so-called challenge that is supposed to be difficult. It's about doing a challenge that's supposed to get me to have a think about different ways of living. So the thing that I've been thinking about today, I went out to lunch, and it occurred to me that I was going to have to ask whether ingredients or things on the menu were vegan. Primarily because if you ask if anything is plant-based, you sound like a bit of an idiot. So you have to use the word vegan. People will not understand unless you use the word vegan. So I've been using the phrase plant-based because I don't want to use the word vegan because of some of the associations. Because people will make assumptions and people will ask the wrong questions. But you can't use any other word because that's the word people know. So anyway, it turned out that I'm not sure how healthily plant-based you could call jacket potato and Heinz beans, but that's exactly what I had. But there was a vegan flapjack, so that was good. But there was a weird moment when I thought I feel a little bit kind of not embarrassed, but aware that I'm asking about vegan food, and I wonder what judgments that people were making. It's kind of up to them, but that must be one of the experiences that vegans have when they go out and say they're vegan. People do make assumptions, and they do have their opinions, and sometimes these opinions are very weird. I've just typed into Google vegans are, this is an old kind of internet trick, isn't it? But look at the things that come up. Vegans are annoying, vegans are weird, vegans are evil, vegans are weak, and vegans are hypocrites. I daren't click on any of those to find out exactly what the responses are to some of those. But these are exactly the attitudes. There's nothing about vegans are compassionate, nothing to do with vegans are healthy, there's nothing to do, all of these things that really I think we should be associating with veganism are in the top choices on Google. You can't live your entire life by what are the top choices on Google, but it does give some indication of a general attitude, I think. I'd love to know why vegans are evil. I am going to click on that in a little while. Vegans are weak. Vegans aren't weak, man. Vegans that eat properly. I think I've watched a couple of documentaries about veganism, and they're saying, look at all these amazing foods that are vegan, and baked beans was one of them. I had that today myself, and they were showing things like Oreos and all these things. Well, that might be vegan, but it ain't good for you. You can pretty much live on that. Well, not live. You can survive on that stuff, but you're not going to be healthy. You would be weak if that's what you ate. There's no doubt about that. But eating plant-based is an entirely different matter. That's where you get your health from. This thing about protein is really bugging me, because one of the things that vegans talk about is this idea that they say that you can only get protein from animals. It's just complete nonsense. Animals can't make protein. They don't produce it spontaneously and then we eat it and magically we're strong too. Protein is produced in plants. That's where it comes from, and the protein that is in animals is a concentrated form of what they've eaten in plants. So yes, you do have to eat more plants to get the equivalent amount of protein, but you can certainly get it. You get it in your tofu, you get it in your beans and all your legumes. It's all got protein in it. There's nothing you can't get macronutritionally or micronutritionally from a plant-based diet. It's all there. You don't necessarily even need to take vitamins, as far as I'm concerned. I think that's a quite a strange branded ploy as well. So vegans aren't weak. There's a number of really high-profile athletes, including people in sort of mixed martial arts and endurance athletes, that eat exclusively vegan food. Vegans certainly aren't evil, apart from the ones that do evil things, but I hardly think that's to do with what they're eating. So I guess that there is a sense of awareness about labelling. I think that's one of the things that people might be aware of when they become vegan. You can't use the phrase plant-based because, frankly, it's pretentious, and I'm completely aware of that. And you don't want to, or rather, I didn't want to use the term vegan because there's too many assumptions made by it, and those Google assumptions right there say absolutely all. But if you try and do anything else, one of the things that maybe my instinct would lead me to do would be to kind of evangelize about it, to say, well, no, you vegans are not weak, vegans are certainly not evil, vegans are certainly not hypocrites. Well, again, some of them are, but then again, so are lots of other people. And then it comes back to this idea about, vegan versus plant-based diets. I'm not a vegan because I'm wearing leather shoes right now. So, you want to call that hypocritical? Maybe, but I'm not making any claims, any great kind of, any ideas that I'm somehow superior because I'm doing it. And I think that's probably what the assumption is that is most worrying. So, more than a kind of physical challenge, more than a challenge to eat the right things and to get healthy, more than that, there's a social challenge to it. I think the social challenge is more prevalent, even though more and more people are doing it. More and more people of seemingly an assumed kind are doing it, and not enough normal people are high profile. Not enough athletes, not enough fighters and runners and all kinds of other sports people are high profile enough about it. And maybe some doctors as well need to start evangelizing about it a bit more if it turns out that it is indeed the right thing to do, because that's certainly not a given by any means. So there we are, day 4. Social anxiety at its absolute finest, but I still haven't had any animal products past my lips, although I wouldn't say necessarily that they've been the healthiest day. Today's meals haven't been too bad. It's been avocado on toast, what a hipster. It's been jacket potato and beans with a vegan flapjack, and it's been a soup that's been crammed with all kinds of vegetables, including kale, which is not everyone's favourite, but it works well in the soup, it seems. So that's what I've had today. Oh, and this, which I'm going to go back to. So it's a vegan wine, trust me. So I guess that's it for today, and I'm going to do perhaps a little bit more history stuff tomorrow, so that we get a bit of a sense of the background of veganism and why maybe some of these attitudes exist. Okay, bye.